to know Allah Ta'ala in good times, then Allah will be there for you in the bad times. قال محمد بن كعب يعني عما أنعم عليكم بمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. Muhammad ibn Ka'b says the greatest of all these blessings is to know prophethood. In other words, to know your prophet of your time. In this case, obviously, it's Sayyid al-Kawnayn, Sayyid Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because this is the khalas, or the freedom from all the problems that we have. My nafs gives me problems. Though the Prophet teaches you how to balance your nafs. Certain things you have to give your nafs. You have to get married, right? You have to eat. You have to sleep. You have to give your nafs certain things. And you have to deprive it of certain things. Dunya, how do I have it without it harming me? And when should I avoid it? Because sometimes it's worth avoiding. All right, nafs, hawa. How do I know what whim to follow and what not? Whims. So what's the difference between nafs and hawa? Nafs, every human being has the same nafs from the time of Sayyidina Adam until the last human being. The nafs is the same. We desire food, we desire wealth, we desire power, we desire women, we desire the same things. We have anger, okay? All human beings are the same in this respect. Now, al-hawa is different. Hawa is different in every generation. So this is the generation of purple hair and pronouns. It's not going to last, right? Give it 10, 20 years, it's going to be something else. I mean, nobody ever imagined pronouns would be a fad. It's like the last thing. If you ask anybody from the 80s, 90s about pronouns, they said this is only something in our English, 7th grade English, right? Like, how is that a thing? And how do you actually find that enjoyable? Please call me they or she. Like, that makes you happy? You can never imagine this, right? You would have nobody, this is why reality is more bizarre than fiction. Nobody would have imagined that a generation would crop up, that it would make them so happy to say, please call me behind my back when I'm not there. I'm not even going to be able to see it, right? But call me Z, or she, or XE, or whatever, right? That makes you happy? Like, that made your day? Something is very weird with you people, right? Well, you go back to the 60s. What was it in the 60s, right? Whatever the fad was in the 60s, tap dancing. Like, who the heck cares about that? The 20s, right? Nobody cares about tap dancing. I mean, to be honest, is it a great exercise? And a halal, probably, if you're going to do anything, it's probably the most halal of all things, right? It's a great exercise, pretty interesting, but nobody cares anymore. What did the guys love to do back in the 50s? Go bowling with the guys. Nobody could care less about that anymore. So you notice hawa is always changing. What is the whim going to be like in 10 years? It's probably going to be something related to the metaverse. Something completely abstract, right? Completely. Like when someone comes and they've spent hours, and I'm sure we all know teenagers who spend hours, okay, right, curating their Instagram page, okay, hours curating their Instagram page. But when I look at that, it's like, that's not a thing. It's not a real thing. It's just some pictures on a screen, right? And people think it's cool. Are you going to get paid from this? Can you buy something as a result of it? Like, I can understand if you're going to buy something. Is it going to change? Even so, where's the dunya even? So, in any event, it's a type of thing where it makes no sense, all right, to you, makes sense to them. That's hawa nafs. How do we block this hawa nafs? The best way is by a suhbah, right? Why? Suhbah, human beings, they like what other people like. So guarantee you, if these crazy bell bottoms, tight pants, and crazy bell bottoms, if you were to see it, bell bottoms, for 5 years, 1,000 times a year, you will want bell bottoms. That's human nature, right? So if I keep the suhbah of salihin, I'm going to want what they want, right? That's the nature of human beings. Your desires, your whims can be created. It can be manipulated. It can be molded by what you see repeatedly. So why do people love bell bottoms? Because they've seen it. And in the beginning they'll reject it. After a while, they get used to it, and after a while, they'll desire it. Okay? So, hawa nafs is something that can be molded. So, the sunnah tells us, be with the salihin. You will eventually love what they love. If all the righteous Muslims have no problem with something, then it's halal. Right? As long as they're not, we're talking matters of judgment. Right? Pants that are wide, pants that are normal, this is all halal. Right? There's nothing haram about that. So if the mu'mineen love it, khalas, it's fine. Didn't the mu'mineen a century ago love the red fez cap? You don't see hardly anyone wearing it anymore. They see the regular Tunisian cap, fine, but that tall fez cap with a little tassel, you see that in the pictures. Nobody wears it around anymore. If someone's wearing it, you must be like, are you a waiter at a Turkish restaurant or like a character? You dress it up.
There's one guy in my group. He's in high school, and he like asked me to get him one, and he wears it to high school, I think.
Are you kidding?
Because he loves the Mughals.
YM?
He loves Islamic history. Yeah.
Wow, that's funny. You know, it's funny when I see these people with the fez cap and the Persia pants, and then like nice $100 sneakers, right? $120 Nikes or something. But you wear that stuff, people will tell you that you look like you're dressing up for a costume party. Back in the day.